It was great. It was so nice. I don't want my merch anymore.
Took my belt off and started hitting me with it, and then they started hitting me again.
19歳の新人消防士を待ち受ける地獄のようなハラスメント。2025年11月15日、フロリダ州マリオン郡にある消防署第21ステーション。そこは人命を救う英雄たちが集まる場所のはずでした。しかし、その裏側で行われていたのは悪ふざけという言葉では決して許されない凄惨な組織的拷問だったのです。ターゲットにされたのは配属されてわずか2回目のシフトだった19歳の新人消防士。彼が先輩からの理不尽な要求を拒否した瞬間、消防署は恐ろしい犯罪現場へと変貌しました。
I just talked to your watch commander, so it was in the county, not in there, and we're mandatory reporting it. And then so that's what we're doing.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
How did he get here?
Because he works for us, and when he gave us the statement, we came here to talk.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's on duty and it's on duty.
Johnny, like a bigger notepad? What's going on?
There we go.
Let me in on this confusion we got going on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we called you guys because based on the information that firefighter has provided us, we believe that potentially a crime has been committed. We've run it through our legal department, our HR department, and we feel it's like a mandatory reporting situation, and we want him to give you the...
Do I need a bigger notepad?
You were going to need a bigger notepad.
Go get me a bigger notepad.
You're going to need a bigger notepad.
Good things. I left mine at home today.
Yeah. If you need anything, man, we'll
no, that's okay.
We can hook you up. We want him to be able to give you his story and then have you help us guide through this process.
Yeah, just wait till he comes back on the notepad.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I'm Deputy Brown, Deputy Liv Fountain. What you got going on today?
The whole story was...
Yeah, start from the beginning. Well, give me a little bit of why we're here, and then we'll kind of go back from there.
So, later in the night, when pretty much command, captain and lieutenant was sleeping, they were the rest of the crew were trying to get in my phone, find my password, and so they ended up taking my gear off and throwing my boots, and then
they physically took your gear off of you?
No, the truck. And then threw it, and then threw my boots, and then I went to go get it, and they one came behind me and held my arms, and then dragged me over to kind of where the concrete is in front of the bay, and then Seth they grabbed my legs and put me in a leg lock, held my legs, and then after that one of them took the phone out of my pocket and kept trying to lock me out, and they were what's the password? They were trying to get into my TikTok account, and so then they took my belt off, and then they were turn me to my side, but they're still holding me. Someone has me.
You're still upright, or you're on the ground at this point? Okay.
So they're holding me, and then he has my legs held up like this, and they're kind of bending them, so I can't go anywhere.
You're your knees. Sorry.
Like this.
Your knees towards your chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's holding, and so he takes my belt off me, and
who's he?
Tate, dropping Tate. So Tate, Seth Day.
And we'll get all the names. I just want to see kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took my belt off and started hitting me with it.
Okay.
And then afterwards, there was a girl there. She was on the medic truck, and she was trying to lock me on my phone and stuff. And she was she locked it out so many times that a message that said reset all your system data.
Yeah, I've seen
those. She was threatening to press that and everything. And then they told her to look away, and they started pulling my pants off, and then they were hitting me again, and then they said look away, and then she was still taking pictures and stuff, and then she kind of faked and went like this, and then they pulled.
It was great. It was so nice. I don't want my merch anymore.
Stop for just a second.
Yeah.
Watch me enter, just said he's on his way.
Okay.
To an Uber. He just asked us to stop.
Okay.
So,
okay, cool. That's fine. That's not on you. Sorry. I don't know why.
No, I'm sorry and I know this is a very serious situation.
Yeah.
Just, honestly, it's uncharted waters. And we want to make sure we're doing all the right things and that we're doing all that together.
ここで一度事件内容の補足と整理をします。被害者である19歳の新人消防士によると、配属されてわずか2回目の勤務中に先輩たちから理不尽なスマホのパスコード要求を受けました。新人がこれを拒むと、先輩たちの嫌がらせはエスカレートし、潤滑油を塗る、駐車場へ引きずり出す、ズボンを剥ぎ取ってベルトで長着する、そして息ができなくなるまで水をつぎ込む水攻め、このような残忍ないじめに発展していったという供述でした。被害者はやめてくれと何度も懇願しましたが、署内のメンバーはこれを毎日の文化だとして誰一人として止めようとはしませんでした。では警察の介入によって一変した新人消防士に暴行をしたとされる人物たちの緊迫の取り調べに入ります。
There were almost like the entire station earlier in the night was sitting at a table, was making a joke about how he had this TikTok go viral, and it was sort of like a 2016 thirst trap. We tried for a long time. We were show us the TikTok. He ended up saying no, he deleted his TikTok, it's not there anymore, he doesn't have it. We started talking about something else, and then I want to say probably 30 or 45 minutes had gone by, we were still at the table, and was dude, what the f*** is this guy talking about? And I was what? What do you mean? Cause he just sometimes randomly just says things and we're about what? And then he gave me his phone and he was showing me these group messages about another firefighter that was having sex with a girl at the station or something like that.
That was who showed you that?
He gave me his phone to show me the text messages originally. And then I believe it was Seth who took the phone from my hands. And then that's kind of where it all started. But I want to preface it for me this is something that happens every day.
They're just messing around.
And so participated in roughhousing with Kenny and Tate and Seth before, so I didn't really think that anything was going on.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. So Seth took over restraining the legs.
And you said Tate went to a call?
Tate did go to a call.
Okay.
He came back a couple minutes later.
Okay. They were canceled or something?
They were canceled, yeah.
Okay.
So Tate came back, and then Tate took the phone and was standing over, Tate was standing over, and he was still at the, hands, and Seth was still at the legs. Tate took his belt, off of him and, pulled down his pants a little bit.
He was wearing the belt and he took the belt off of his pants? Okay.
And then he started spanking him, with the belt, which I'm not saying that it's, right that this occurs, but, this is something, that they do.
Who normally does, this kind of stuff?
It's just, small, it's, boys being boys. I do not get involved in this shit because it's just, I'm not gonna touch any of them and they won't touch me.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's a different dynamic for me. The next thing that I remember, after the belt was Kenny, I believe, got up and went inside. And I'm assuming that means that, Tate took over the arms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly remember how it happened. And then Kenny came out, and he had a towel and a jug of water. And then Seth was it's waterboarding time. Which is really bad. And then that's when I was all right, this is, because this happened a week ago too. This is.
The waterboarding did?
Yeah,
okay.
This happened to Tate a week ago when I was there. And then I was under the assumption that Tate are friends from fire school.
Okay.
And Tate was laughing when it happened to Tate. So I don't know like at what point like it became like too much. Mm-hmm. But I know that like they did put the towel over his head, and then I walked away at that point. I don't know if they actually put water on him.
最初に取り調べ室へ呼び出されたのは現場にいた唯一の女性職員ケイリー・ブラッドリー。彼女は男たちの暴行を止めず一緒に被害者のスマホを奪って脅迫に加担した容疑者の一人でした。しかし彼女は誰が指導し誰が体を押さえどのようにベルトや水を使ったのかを全て包み隠さず警察にぶちまけました。さらに事件の最中に密かに撮影していた現場の写真や動画データも決定的な証拠として警察へ提出。これにより警察の手元には言い逃れ不可能な無敵の決定打が揃うことになりました。仲間が全てをぶちまけたとも知らず次に呼び出された男は哀れなほど愚かな嘘を重ねることになります。それでは実行犯の一人であるエドワード・ケニーの取り調べをご覧ください。
So, just to start off with, the reason you are here is about Sunday, November the 16th, C shift with Tate, Seth, Edward, the crew, Haley, Tweety, Holden. If you could just, we want your side of the story. I know you guys start 8 to 8. If you could just starting at 8 a.m. kind of give us what that shift was like.
Well, from start of the shift, it was just pretty normal. I know, like, he's afloat. He came from 12, so he was at our station. And throughout the entire day, for the most part, like, him and Tate, they seemed like they were, like, really good buds because they were just kind of messing with each other throughout the entire day. Even when we had dinner, like, was just making jokes about how he was Tate's boyfriend and all that. I thought they were pretty close. So at one point, they're even like wrestling with each other at the station. I don't know what time this was around, but they're just messing with each other. The actual, I think it was around 6 p.m. that me and Kaylee came back from a call, and most of the crews in the bay, they were talking to just figuring out like his backstory and everything. Eventually, he ended up talking about this TikTok account that he had. He made this TikTok video that went viral. He ended up deleting the video, and all of us were just kind of just asking him about what his old TikTok username was. He said he didn't know, but he had a new TikTok username that we saw because he was using the TikTok app. So we were all just asking him what the username was. He said he wouldn't. So at some point, I think he went and showed Kaylee. It was regarding something else, but then Kaylee tried to grab his phone real quick to go on TikTok to see the username.
What is he doing throughout this entire process? I mean, what is he saying?
So he was like, obviously it sounded like he was joking, like, Tate, we're best buds, like, you wouldn't do this to me, while Tate was asking him about the password for the phone. Mm-hmm. So he asked for the password. He's like, we're best buds, you wouldn't do this to me, and then he like would hit him.
When you say, you know, hey, he was telling Tate, we're best buds, why would you do something like this to me? Obviously then, you know, you may have thought something, but looking back on it, because to me, just that statement alone kind of seems a little bit like, you know, he didn't want to be part of that.
Or something.
Yeah. So that, you know, looking back on it now, when Tate's doing this, is that how it appears? I don't want to, you know.
Well, like, in my mind, when he came back, it's like, well, I don't think, like you said, like, no normal person would, you know, like, I just thought that with them being close, like.
You know, and I get that, and that may have been what you thought then. Mm-hmm. And I understand that, but looking back now, hindsight's, 2020, obviously. Is that something that, you feel that he was just joking, or that he, was actually in pain and, wanted Tate to stop?
No, I thought I was still joking because he wasn't like, actively like hurting him or anything like that.
What did you observe happen after the belt, after the pants come down? Like what did this progress into?
And essentially what we're getting at, we just want you to tell us about the pitcher of water and the towel.
Yeah. Now, is this something that you got, or?
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'd rather have a lawyer.
Okay, that's okay. Before we step out or anything like that, is there anything else you want to tell us?
No, I'm just too stressed.
Okay.
Is there anything you need? Water? Okay. Alright. Just if you need anything, just knock. Yeah.
自分が重罪に問われているとも知らず、じゃれ合っていただけだ、と保身の言い訳を始めるエドワード・ケリー。しかし、捜査官が水攻めについて切り出すと、室内は重苦しい沈黙に包まれます。数秒間の沈黙の後、深いため息をつき、エドワードは自身が不利な立場にあると考えたのか、震える声で弁護士を要求し、取り調べは強制終了させ逃げ出しました。しかし警察の追及はここからが本番です。続いて取り調べ室へ呼び出されたのは、この事件の全ての元凶であり、歪んだいじめ文化の当事者でもある男、テイト・トラウトワインの取り調べをご覧ください。
Was this happening like before or after your call that you went? Was this after or?
I think that was after.
Okay, so you returned from your call at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, and who's all in that picture?
That's me, Edward Kenny, Dalton Kenny, Seth, and Kaylee.
Okay. Now, is Kaylee holding her phone?
That might be his.
His meaning whose? Okay. So when you get back, is he still in possession of his phone, or did they already have?
When I get back, he'd already had it.
They had already had it. They meaning Kaylee already had it.
Well, yeah, they already got it from him. That's true.
Okay. Were you aware of him ever like having the phone? Like, because I get keep away was kind of happening. It sounds like even before you left. But do you remember if he ever got his phone back and then it was taken again? At least to your knowledge.
But I thought we done everything and went down and gave back to him. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Okay. And I guess like the phone gets taken from him. They're playing keep away, right? But once he's on the ground restrained, at any point did he have his phone while he was on the ground and it was taken from him?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Now, in this picture also, it looks like Seth's kind of holding his belt. Do you remember who removed his belt?
Picture again?
Yeah. Okay. And it doesn't look like he has his belt on.
Yeah, you can see the belt looks pretty long.
Okay. So, did Seth, is he just holding it, or like, how did they get his belt? Was his belt already off when you came, or?
I believe Seth took it off.
Okay. Now let's kind of progress from there. Like, what is happening at this point?
So I know he got hit with the belt.
Okay.
With the belt.
Who was hitting him with the belt?
Seth was.
Okay. Now, could you hear pop noises, snap noises?
It wasn't like crazy. I mean, it was hard enough for him to feel it, for it to hurt. But I don't know if it was like.
Now, what was he doing at this point?
Laughing.
Okay.
That's why, I agree. What we did got out of hand.
Yeah.
100%. Got out of hand. But the whole time he was laughing, and me roughhousing all day. Like,
gotcha.
Just back and forth wrestling. Earlier and got up and laughed about it. And
yeah, like no issue.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah,
like that.
Okay. So, tell me more about what you mean. Like, you think it got out of hand. Tell me more about that.
Probably mostly how long it went on.
Okay.
And hitting with a belt was probably uncalled for. But thing I'd like to say to make me known personally is that's the kind of behavior that like stuff like that's happened to me before.
Okay. Like specifically at that location?
At like at work?
Yeah,
like Station 21.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like in that similar or the same kind of things happened to me before. So when it's happening, kind of I'm like, that's the culture I've been shown.
I gotcha.
Throughout when I started here, throughout the past 7 months I've been at 21.
Okay.
So like that kind of stuff has happened to me before. Okay. Which is why I'm kind of.
And I get like what you're getting at, and obviously that's not okay. But in terms of we can obviously just from what you said agree that it did get out of hand, right? So you're saying just from when the belt happened it got out of hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did somebody like mention this and say like waterboarding or like it's time to do waterboarding or anything like that?
Well, it had been a joke because, like I said, this kind of stuff has been happening to me.
Okay.
So it did happen to me. So it's kind of a joke. It was like a joke. He never actually got waterboarded.
Okay.
What happened? We were sitting there playing around. Seth had him by his knees. We were just kind of sitting there. Kenny walked in and came back out with a pitcher of water and a towel.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, we're going to waterboard him.
Okay.
And all that happened was the towel got put over his face, and that was it.
Okay.
So nobody actually poured the water onto his head?
I don't believe any water.
Okay. Because we had heard different. We had heard water got poured on it. It didn't sound like it was very much, maybe, but like did Kenny come out with like a full pitcher of water?
Yeah. I mean, it was still full afterwards, so I don't. Okay. I wasn't really watching that.
How long do you think it went on for?
I don't know. 20, 30 minutes maybe.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of a significant amount of time. Yeah. Just to bring this up, you had even mentioned in reference to incidents that this isn't even something the worst that you've seen at a fire station. So that's why he's bringing it up.
It's not the worst that's happened to me.
Okay, to you. Okay. Yeah. So it's something worse other than waterboarding and getting hit with your own belt.
Well, the thing I'm saying is like, I didn't actually get waterboarded. The joke was because it actually happened to me.
Okay.
The joke was about it. I don't remember how. I think we told him about it. We told him that happened. And we were like, we're going to waterboard you.
Okay. Okay.
Did it happen at Station 21?
最初は悪びれる様子もなく、携帯のパスコードを聞き出そうとしただけだと語るテイト・トラウトは言い、被害者が動画を見せるのを拒否したため、悪ふざけがエスカレートしたのだと主張します。度を超えていたことには同意するものの、実は1週間前に自分も先輩たちから全く同じ水攻めを受けていた。自分もやられたのだから、これは署の伝統であり、毎日の文化だ。と開き直った様子のテイトはまだどこか他人事のようです。いじめの連鎖という組織の深い闇が浮き彫りになりましたが、警察の追及はまだ終わりません。続いて取り調べ室へ呼び出されたのは、仲間たちから全ての元凶として名前を挙げられている最悪の主犯格セスデイの取り調べをご覧ください。
I don't remember how we came in possession of the phone off the top of my head.
Sure.
And then we were trying to get him to tell us his TikTok user so we could look at it.
Okay.
And then I remember coming around the corner because he chased after me and I ran.
Why was he chasing after you?
I had possession of his phone. I don't remember how I ended up with possession of his phone.
Mm-hmm.
But he chased after me and I ran. And then I remember coming around the corner and he was on the ground with Tate and Eddie.
Okay.
Edward, sorry.
No, you're fine. And is it Eddie, Edward, Kenny?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
And then I believe Tate caught a call. And so I grabbed his legs and laid on the ground with him, kind of, so neither of us would go anywhere. And I passed the phone off, I believe, to Kaylee.
Just so you know, we've kind of talked to a lot of people at the station already. We've collected, certain evidence. So all we're looking for is your side of the story, and most importantly, the truth. Because when people lie, obviously that makes them very bad. And I get, you're saying you don't remember, what happened. And I think, you may have more of an idea or even remember what happened after he was in Lovelock.
I had him in Lovelock, correct.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I did. I don't remember the specifics on anything else.
Okay. Did you maybe witness something else that happened afterwards?
I know somebody put a rag over his face.
Okay.
And I saw a thing of water and I said, no, don't, let's not do that. It's a bit far. Obviously now the whole thing was a bit far. And then I believe shortly after he caught his call.
Okay, and how do you know that, there was a rag placed over his face?
Because I could see him directly.
Okay, and I know you mentioned something about, some water being brought out. What exactly happened with the water? Or do you know who even brought it out?
I don't know who brought it out. I do remember they're not using it because I told them not to. Or there may have been a few drops, as it went over his head, but nothing, they didn't pour it. And besides that, I'm pretty sure shortly after he caught his call.
Okay. Do you know, and who is they pouring the water? Even if
I don't remember, in all honesty.
I mean, there's only so many of you at the station. Are you sure you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what was used to pour the water over his head?
I believe it was we have plastic pitchers that we used to make coffee in the morning.
Okay. Does it have a top?
No.
Okay. So how, and if I'm, kind of leading you in the wrong direction here, just let me know, but how would one, dribble a little bit of water from something that has an open top, if that makes sense? It would kind of come out in a, steady stream, wouldn't it?
Sorry.
You're fine.
I believe it was moved over, and then I believe it was full.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. If you don't know off the top of your head.
And where were you when this was happening?
I still had in the leg lock.
Okay.
And I was there, but I was looking at. I wasn't looking around.
Okay.
But so you had him in the leg lock, but you knew that the water and a towel, had been placed on him. The water was about to be poured on him to that extent.
Yes, sir. Because from my angle, I could see him, and then I saw the rag, and then I saw the picture, and I said no.
Okay. And then going back to when this whole thing first started, and you guys are on the ground. I know you mentioned you took over holding him down for someone. Who was that?
Tate.
Okay, and then you said Eddie, we'll just call him that, but Edward Kenny. Where was he at when you took over?
He was holding arms.
Okay, so in terms of, I understand Tate had to leave. When it comes over to where the water and towel become involved, are these the same guys that are involved, or is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you remember where Tate and Kenny may have been?
No, I remember we were all in the station. That's all.
Okay, and when I mean involved, I mean taking part of, the towel being placed on his head, maybe still holding him down, because I understand you have his legs locked.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
拷問の号令をかけ、現場を執拗に主導していたとされるセス。しかし、彼は捜査官の追及に対し、重要なところは覚えていないの一点張りを貫きます。これには事前に仲間同士で悪ふざけだったことにしようと口裏を合わせようとしていた隠蔽工作の影が見え隠れしています。しかし組織の壁でどれだけ嘘を固めようとも警察の圧倒的な手札の前には無力でした。新人消防士本人の生々しい証言と体に残された傷跡、そして何よりケイリーが提出した決定的な動画データと詳細な供述により逃げ道は完全に塞がれたのです。ここから事態は消防局全体を揺るがす大粛清へと発展します。事件発覚後、消防局はこの事件に関与した大隊長や隊長を含む10名もの職員を懲戒解雇という一発免職処分に下しました。さらに実際に拘束や暴行に関わった消防士や救急救命士の男3名と現場にいた女性パラメディック1名の計4名が軍保安官事務所によって正式に逮捕・起訴されたのです。当初男たちは誘拐、強盗、暴行という人生が崩壊するほどの非常に重い重罪で逮捕されていました。しかしその後検察との司法取引により罪状は不法監禁及び軽犯罪の暴行罪へと減刑されることになります。そして2026年4月30日 裁判所にて最終的な判決が下されました。実行犯の男3名であるテイト、エドワード、セスに対しては刑務所行きとなる禁錮刑は回避されたものの1年間の保護観察処分が下されました。さらに100時間の社会奉仕活動、4時間のいじめ撲滅講習および10時間のアンガーマネジメントクラスへの強制参加命令といい厳しい条件が突きつけられています。一方で同席していた女性職員のケイリーは直接手を下していなかったことや事後の内部調査に全面的に協力的だったことなどから検察側が訴追を取り下げ不起訴処分となりました。この判決に対し裁判長はあまりにも悪質でありこの甘い司法取引を受け入れるべきか激しく躊躇したと怒りをあらわに述べました。しかし被害者である新人消防士本人が彼らが罪を認めて反省するならこの条件で合意すると寛大な姿勢で納得したためこの判決で正式に決着を迎えることとなったのです。今回の事件は悪ふざけと犯罪の境界線を見失った集団心理の暴走が招いた最悪の結末でした。閉ざされた組織のコミュニティの中で毎日の文化や伝統という言葉にすり替わり誰も止めることができなくなっていた組織内のいじめ、被害者の心に刻まれた傷と失われた10人のキャリアはあまりにも重い代償と言わざるを得ません。ここで皆さんに問いかけたいのは悪ふざけと暴力の境界線は一体どこから変わるのかということです。笑顔の裏に少しでも恐怖や苦痛が生まれたその瞬間からそれはもうエンタメではなく紛れもない犯罪です。もし自分がこの現場にいたら止める声を上げることができたでしょうか。ぜひあなたの率直な思いをコメント欄で聞かせてください。この動画が良かったと思っていただけた方はぜひチャンネル登録や高評価をお願いします。今回も最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次回の捜査記録でお会いしましょう。